Hello viewers out there, March 25th, 2025. This is Bob and Lou at the Two Old Guys Garage, and this should be probably part 55. I don't know, I'll check it when I go home. Anyway, this will be segment 1. And you can see the other old guy is laying on the floor, and what he's working on is repositioning the front brake lines and fittings, because after we road tested it, there's the original as we made it, but it's too close to the front axle. So Lou is in the process of relocating that brake line, that fitting and the brake lines back on the frame. And you can occasionally hear him saying, good time he's having by the cussing going on.
Okay, so this fitting here, this brake line here, will screw on to here. This is one of the feed-through fittings for the hydraulic line, which are real nice. I was going to do that to start out with, and I don't know, I just didn't have the fittings at the time, and I didn't want to wait for them, so that's, you snooze, you lose.
Yeah, okay, so, well, it's getting corrected now.
Yeah, it's,
In the meantime, since our last video where we all went for a ride, a legal ride for the first time, that afternoon Lou went down to the muffler shop and he had the tailpipes extended back out past the body. And the reason we had to do that, if you recall, when we started to fit the door, we found out that that quarter part of the body was in too far by about 4 inches, as I remember, right, Lou?
Yeah, 4 inches they pulled out.
So we had to cut loose where we had attached it to the rest of the car, and then pull it out with a block at 4 inches, and then tie it. And of course, we used the door to get to the right spot. But having had the exhaust system done already, the exhaust system then was 4 inches in from where you see it now. So the afternoon of the legal drive in the last video, Lou drove down to the muffler shop. They cut the 2 tailpipes and extended them back out to where they're outside the body line, which looks and sounds. It probably helps not pushing gas smell in the car.
Yeah, definitely fumes.
That particularly. So, what else you got scheduled? Anything?
Well, still waiting for that rack and pinion unit.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm just go ahead and cancel it and order one from Speedway. It'll cost me about $70 more, but they got them in stock.
And
for the same goddamn thing Speedway has.
Is it the one with the kit to replace the Vega? Yeah. By the way, put your hand on the plate where the Vega box is.
It's right here.
Yeah, that's the plate that's tied to the frame. And on the other side of that is the Vega box, and you can see the Pitman arm coming out and going across to the right side spindle. So what this Unisteer kit is basically 1/2 of a rack and pinion.
I'll see it right here.
That sits about where Lou's got his hand moving. And then it comes with a kit that actually allows it with a bracket to bolt to an existing Vega mount. So what we're hoping is that we can basically, with a minimum of problems, pull that Vega box out, and in its place, again with hopefully a minimum amount of work, we'll attach the Unisteer and go to a rack and pinion, because as we mentioned earlier in the previous videos, it steers great straight ahead, but when you're at slow speed, it's a real bitch to turn the wheel. Not sure why. Maybe we got too much weight on the forward axle. I guess.
I still say it's because of the short axle.
I don't see how short could make a difference. Okay.
You got a lot of goddamn weight sitting on this subbitch. Instead of, you figure if a regular axle sits, this will sit out here.
Yeah.
So this wheel's way the shit out here to turn it, not so close in.
Yeah. And the other thing that we're going to do is the QA1 coilovers on both the front and the rear. Of course, were just installed and we didn't pay any attention to adjustments per se. But according to QA1, this knob has 18 click positions, and you can turn it all the way to the left for minimum shock action or all the way to the right for maximum. So when Lou gets through fucking with the brake lines, we're gonna try reducing the stiffness and see how that affects the ride, because it was a bit on the chunky side. So, oh, it's a nice view. Hello, baby. Hello, Gidgy.
Hi, Coco. What you doing?
We got two man's best friends here with us, which I think I spend more time with my dog than I do with my wife. Of course, Lou has no chance, having lost his wife last year, so him and the dog, that's it, and the Anglia. But here's another shot. You can see that let me get down on my knees here. This is the existing one where it was put initially. You can see it's a little too close to the front axle, especially the brake line right there. So again, from the other side, this has been newly installed, and this will move this back here and get the brake line away from the axle, move it up some. Hey Lou, I was thinking, those horns you put on there?
Those what?
Those horns?
Yeah.
They suck, man. When we were trying to get through the light on that
yeah.
last video, shit, it sounded like a kid on a tricycle.
Yeah.
So, I like the horns that I got on the coupe when I replaced the horns about 6-7 months ago. They're basically English horns, English cars.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they're reasonably priced. If you want, I'll look them up and we'll get a set, change these horns out. So when you blow the horn, you'll have some authority to it instead of a eh. Okay. So that's it. So we'll wait about 5 minutes. Lou will be able to get up.
Yeah. Really? Oh, man.
Hi, baby. This is Gidgy.
Okay, so those are tight. So now, a matter of measuring brake lines.
Hello out there in YouTube viewer land. This is Bob and Lou at Lou's Anglia at the Two Old Guys Garage, and this would be March 29th, 2025. We're almost out of March, and it would be part 54, segment 3. And what we've done since segment 2 is Lou has rebuilt the front brake lines, as I think I mentioned before. And you can see that that's the new line. And here's the flex line to the disc brakes to the spindle. So that line goes all the way forward and clears everything now. And that's been good. Now the other thing is, fortunately it wasn't caught by the safety inspection, but Lou added the LED license plate lights here. Those are in and they're functional. And what we did is just spent a long time laying down on the ground and checking the adjustments of the 4 coilover shocks on each corner, the QA ones, and basically backed them all down to the left to the lowest position and then raised them 2 clicks. And we're about to go out and take a road test and see what difference it might hopefully make. Also, what we've done is Lou is coming up in the world technically. We now got a dash cam mounted, which will turn on and run when we take, but I'm going to also film with my camera. So we'll see what goes here. All right, Lou.
Okay.
Let me turn the dash cam on. Okay. Dash cam is on. Okay.
Bob, I want to push this thing out so it don't smoke up.
Okay.
everybody's out there working on their yards. Their houses for sale.
Seems less bouncy.
Huh?
It seems less bouncy.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does.
I mean, it's going to be stiff anyway to a certain degree, but
Come on, truck. Get your ass in gear. Kicking the ass. Gotta start building houses.
yeah.
I think I do go down to the gas station, put some gas in this thing.
Where are you going to gas up?
Down at Tom Thumb.
Well, it's definitely not riding as stiff as it was.
Huh?
It's definitely not as stiff as it was.
No, it's not.
Oh, that noise is something on the rear end when you let off the brakes. It's moving.
No. Yeah, the rear end, all it can do is go up and down. It can't twist or anything because of the four bars. Having some problem. think that's probably where best place to leave.
I'd leave them there for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe at some time you might experiment with that.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, them.
Yeah, I think they're much better. It does
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
I mean,
Definitely much better.
it still jounces, but 2,280 pounds.
Yeah, well, that's
Stiff 4 coilovers.
So now, how do you retrieve what we got?
Oh, I'll show you that. I'm going to cut this film. I'll be back later. I'm going to pause it here.